The village of Oakhaven was small, peaceful, and full of life. It was a place where everyone knew each other and the sense of community was strong. It nestled beside a vast, ancient forest whose trees whispered secrets of old. A young girl named Ilara lived there. She had bright eyes that sparkled with curiosity and a quick smile that could light up the darkest day. But Ilara had a secret. She was incredibly strong, much stronger than anyone her age. And she was brave. Every night she stood guard at the edge of the forest, protecting Oakhaven from unseen dangers. Ilara knew the forest well. She understood its whispers and its secrets, the hidden paths and the creatures that roamed within. She could move through the trees like the wind, silent and swift, never leaving a trace. Ilara trained every day. She practiced with her bow and arrow, honing her skills to perfection. She sharpened her sword until it gleamed, always ready for any threat that might come. The villagers loved Ilara. They admired her strength and her unwavering dedication to their safety. They trusted her completely to keep them safe. And Ilara, in turn, loved them dearly. She would protect them with her life, no matter the cost. One night, a shadow fell over Oakhaven. A cold wind howled. The villagers trembled in fear. A shadow beast emerged from the forest. It was a creature of darkness. It had glowing red eyes. The villagers panicked, but Ilara stood firm. "Fear not!" she cried. "I will protect you!" Ilara charged into battle. She moved like lightning. She dodged the shadow beast's claws. Ilara fired arrow after arrow. Each one found its mark. Finally, with a roar, the shadow beast fell. Light returned to Oakhaven. The villagers cheered. Ilara was their hero. The defeat of the shadow beast was a monumental victory for the people of Oakhaven. The villagers celebrated, believing that their troubles were finally over. This victory brought a period of peace and tranquility to the land. The sun rose over the village, casting a warm glow on the calm river and serene landscape. But Ilara, the village's brave protector, knew it wouldn't last. She had a sense of foreboding, a feeling that something dark was on the horizon. And she was right. A new threat emerged from the depths of the river, a hydra. This monstrous creature, with its multiple heads and terrifying presence, brought fear and chaos to the once peaceful waters. The hydra had 5 heads, each more menacing than the last, and razor-sharp teeth that could tear through anything in its path. It terrorized the fishermen, who were too afraid to venture out onto the river. The once bustling marketplace by the riverbank became deserted. As trade was disrupted and fear spread, Ilara knew what she had to do. She began crafting special arrows, each one meticulously made with care and precision. These arrows were coated with a potent poison, a concoction that could weaken the hydra and give Ilara a fighting chance. With a skilled hand and unwavering determination, she took aim at the beast. One by one, her arrows found their mark, striking the hydra's heads with deadly precision. The beast thrashed and roared in agony, but Ilara was relentless. She continued her assault, her resolve unshaken. Finally, after a fierce battle, the hydra collapsed into the river, defeated. Ilara stood victorious, though exhausted from the fight. But as one threat fell, another rose. Dark clouds gathered in the sky, and a shadowy figure loomed in the distance. A giant troll had taken up residence on the bridge leading into Oakhaven, blocking the path and challenging anyone who dared to cross. The troll demanded tribute from travelers, forcing them to offer up their valuables if they wished to pass. The bridge, once a vital link to the outside world, became a place of fear and oppression. Ilara, never one to back down from a challenge, confronted the troll. She challenged it to a duel, determined to free her people from its tyranny. The troll laughed at her audacity, mocking her size and strength. But Ilara was not afraid. She stood tall, her eyes filled with resolve. Using her agility and wit, she outmaneuvered the troll, dodging its clumsy attacks and striking back with precision. Eventually, she tripped the giant creature, sending it tumbling into the ravine below. The troll's reign of terror was over, and Ilara had once again saved her village. Section 4 for the love of Oakhaven. Ilara faced many challenges. Each one tested her strength and courage. She had to dig deep within herself to find the resilience to keep going. The forest was her training ground, and the village, her heart. But she never gave up. She couldn't. She loved her village. Every step she took was for Oakhaven. The cobblestone paths, the rustic houses, and the people who lived there were her motivation. She loved the people. They were her family. The children playing in the streets, the elders sharing stories, and the friends who stood by her side. They all held a special place in her heart, and she would protect her family at all costs. The villagers saw Ilara's dedication. They knew she would stand as their shield against any threat. They saw her selflessness. They were grateful for her protection. Their cheers and gratitude were a testament to the bond they shared. They supported her. They helped her. They were a community. Together, they worked the fields, built homes, and faced challenges as one. Elara knew she couldn't fight forever. There were moments of exhaustion, times when she needed to rest and reflect. Under the shade of the ancient trees, she found solace and strength. She would train others. She would teach them to defend themselves. Her knowledge became their shield, her skills their sword. She would make sure Oakhaven was always safe. From the hilltops, she watched over them, a silent guardian ensuring that the village she loved would thrive and endure. Section 5, a hero's celebration. Word of Ilara's bravery spread. People came from far and wide to see the hero of Oakhaven. They brought gifts and songs. They held feasts in her honor. Ilara accepted their praise humbly. She knew she wasn't doing it for fame. One sunny afternoon, the entire village gathered. They held a celebration for Ilara. There was music and dancing. Children laughed and played. Ilara felt a warmth in her heart. She had found her purpose. She was a protector. And Oakhaven was her home. She would keep it safe, always.